Hello and welcome to creating an archway in Maya. This is the updated version using Autodesk Maya 2023. And if you're new to Maya, what's really lovely about it is that you can get into getting started and take the interactive tour and any of the other features in here, which I highly recommend you do. But if you want to get into it, you can get started. So I'm going to click on New. And always to start off when we're dealing with a new project, you want to set up your project folders. So at the top here, we can go to File, Project Window, and slam on New. And this is going to be called Archway. And just be happy with where it's located. I'm happy with the default, so I'm just going to go Accept. And next is getting the guides in. So coming onto here, I'm going to download my guides. Here we've got the grid. Get that downloaded. And now I need to navigate to where I'm saving things. So that now should be in Documents, Maya, Projects, always the projects folder, and then we've got, and this is the folder section where you can save all your imagery, etc. And where we want to put our image is in Source Images. This seems to be the default with Maya whenever you want to link up images and use them in the program. Just going to save that one. Going back to here, I'm going to click and download the texture one to use for later. Making sure that it goes into the exact same place, which is the source image folder. Then back into the program. So first we've got to set up our scene. So I'm going to go to, where are we? Create. And here, free image plane. And it gives us nothing. But over to the side here, I want to get the attribute editor, which is this icon over here. And with the image plane still selected, I can click on the folder icon, which should automatically go to my project source image folder, get the grid. And personally, I'm not happy with the size, so I am going to make this a lot bigger. And if you're ever wondering, W, E, R. So W is move, E is rotate, R is for scale. It's always good to try and get used to those shortcuts. I'm just going to push that back. And then I'm going to go Edit, Duplicate, bring it back. And I'm just going to get the Rotate. Go to the side. Now to make sure it's absolutely perfect, I'm just going to go over to the channel box, which is also this little stack of papers icon, and just tweak up the settings. So I'm going to set that, leave that alone, that's the height. That one, the Z axis, is going to set that to 0. The rotate, put it straight onto 90 exactly. And I'm just going to push it off to the side here. Now I may try and get this archway lined up a bit there, and that will be fine. Just push that back a bit. Now the reason I've got these pieces like they are is so that if I go into the 4 views, which is this icon over here, or if you just slam the space bar, we can see on the front view we've got the front image, on the side we've got the side. I'm actually going to just line this up here a bit so that the side section of the image is lined up inside. Now personally, it does get a bit annoying having the grid on these 2 views, so I'm going to turn it off by going into this icon here and just hitting the grid icon to turn it off on these 2 sides. And finally, to make sure that I don't accidentally select these, we're going to put these onto a layer. So I'm just going to click and drag to select both image planes, back over to our channel box, I'm just gonna click on the fourth icon here, which is create a layer with the selected. And now I can just click on, so we've got visible. I'm not sure what P does there, but the last one is transparent reference. So now I can just not click it. And there you have your scene set up. So what we're going to do is File, Save Scene As, and I'm just going to call this Arch. So now every time that I want to change things, I can just go to File, Increment and Save. This is very important because you don't want to save over the original file in case that one file becomes corrupt. Increment and Save will save each version as its own separate file. So if one becomes corrupt, just a little step back instead of starting the whole project. And if you've been working on it for a week, you're not going to like it if it corrupts. So yes, increment and save, I cannot stress that enough. So now that we've got this set up, we can start by creating the basic shape of our archway. So I'm going to go over to Create, Polygon Primitive, and we're going to bring in the cube. Now mine's quite small, so I'm just going to use these 4 views to kind of guide and move it into position. Now in the front view, I'm going to use this front archway bit. On the side, this bit here. And now using my scale tool, I'm just going to scale it up. Using my scroll wheel button just to zoom in, and I often use the Alt button. So you've got Alt and left mouse button, Alt middle mouse button, Alt right mouse button. So you gotta get used to that because that's gonna be your friend. In mine, you tend to have your finger a lot on Alt. So just gonna move this. Now you notice that I'm scaling from the center box, and it is affecting the front view as well as the side. You don't have to get perfect, but yes, I'm very happy with that. Now scale it up and just tweak it a bit. Now, to be able to see through this, because it's a bit of a pain having to guess where everything is, I'm going to go to Shading in this viewport and turn on X-ray so I can see through my shape, and the same on this side. So now I can really see through things, and just adjust again. You take your time with this, it's always good. That's why you have guides. So now I'm really happy with that. We need to sort out the bottom. Now the bottom is going to be a bit tricky, as we need to pull to the side and then down and scale again. So I'm going to move my perspective view to the bottom here. And now we need the modeling toolkit. Where's my that? Oh, that's tool settings. Sorry. So let's actually dock this one in there for later. Now let's see, where are we? Yes, here we go. Modeling toolkit. This lovely symbol here. This really helps because you've got the mesh, the vertices, the edges, and the face. And we want to use the face right now, so make sure yours is on face. I've got this guy, and actually on this view I'm just going to pull him down just a wee bit. Now a new trick of mine is to scale it out. So I'm going to get the scale tool. I'm going to hold shift on my keyboard, and you can see that the extrude button comes up. You could hit extrude over here, but we'll only do that. I tend to use that as a last resort. I prefer to hold shift, causes less headaches. So I'm just going to grab this, pull it out, and using this side as a guide just to make sure that blue line just touches the edge there. Now switching to my move tool, holding shift again and pulling down to get that shape. If yours is different to mine, you're welcome to undo, rewind the video and just carry on. So now I scale. Now this time I'm not holding shift. I'm just going to scale out because I don't want to extrude, I just want to change the shape. And by holding the center manipulator, I can affect all sides. So just checking. Yep, I'm very happy with that. So now we're going to have a go at the top. So we're turning our attention to the top. And it's going to move this just a smidge there. Holding shift again and pulling up. And then without holding shift, I'm just going to adjust the size there. And there you go. You've already started the beginning of your archway. Probably this is a good chance to save your work. So File, Increment and Save. And you see mine's Arch 0001. So it's a separate file.